I am Slick Nick, the living legend of hair loss. Question, why are you watching this video? Because this video is ultimately about you more than it is me. You want to see into your own future, perhaps. You say, what if I were to get a Pompadour undercut and I were to allow 2.5 weeks to pass? Why 2.5 weeks? Ultimately, give any haircut 2.5 weeks. The new has worn off. And it's sort of kind of getting into that, well, I don't need a haircut yet phase, but I will in a couple more weeks. How am I looking 2.5 weeks into it? That's about half a month. You know, if you get a haircut every month, every 6 weeks, it's an important time, right? So let's check it out. As you all know, I, 2.5 weeks ago, got the sides, the number 1 guard, and the top being 3 inches. So here's how I feel. I feel that this top is a little bit too long for me, 2.5 weeks into this. My plan when I get my next haircut is actually to try 2 inches on top. I want to see what that would look like. With this same hairstyle, how would it may not be a pompadour anymore, but how would that look? Because what happens is the way my hair grows, it kind of grows up here, but then on this side it just kind of lays flat. And that's something I'm running into with this hairstyle. And I want low maintenance. But I'm thinking if it's 2 inches, it won't be so much laying over. It'll almost be like a almost spiky part. So that's what I'm thinking. But you know, someone had commented, they said, when you get a haircut like this, you feel like $1 million that first week. Well, here we are 2.5 weeks later, and you know, whereas this was a number 1, this is closer to like a number 3. And I just don't like the way that looks when there's so much of it. I mean, it looks all right, but ultimately the number 1 looked great, even the equivalent of a number 2. But now that we're getting into this territory, I mean, granted, overanalyzing this, yes, for the sake of giving you a vision of your future. But one last little turnaround here. This is what we're looking at. I just feel that ultimately, I love the hairstyle, but it's maybe a little too long for me to really appreciate because of it's not low maintenance enough. If you have any questions on whether you might go bald, I know the answers. I have known the answers for quite a while. Do not leave a comment and ask me. Instead, watch the video. There's a link right here. Watch the video. It will answer the only questions that you actually need to ask.